Here I've got 3 of the best strategies that you can implement for totally free from the book Think and Grow Rich.
When I first saw the book Think and Grow Rich, it reminded me when I told my mom at 16, I'm gonna get rich. I've never thought I was limited to this. The cranium. Thought is not a physical thing, it's out here.
But it was in 1961 when I met a man and he gave me Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Now, fortunately for me, I did exactly as he suggested, and everything in my life started to change.
3 simple strategies you can implement from the book Think and Grow Rich in order to start reprogramming your mind and start making more money. So if you want to make more money, you want to reprogram your mind, then you want to do what works. And the book Think and Grow Rich has made many millions of people millionaires over the years. So the first one is autosuggestion. And the reason I love autosuggestion is it's kind of like self-hypnosis. Now, myself being a hypnotherapist, I can help people reprogram their subconscious by going into it. Autosuggestion is kind of doing hypnosis, but without the hypnotist, if that makes sense.
What?
So it's kind of taking my job, I suppose. But either way, this is free. You can do it and you can use it. So thoughts, either positive or negative, can be picked up by the use of autosuggestion. For example, I don't like myself. I'm ugly. I'm fat. They will become an autosuggestion. Therefore, you will say it over and over again. Now, if you currently feel as if you don't like yourself or you don't love yourself currently, it's because the autosuggestion in your mind is just that of a negative thought. So you don't actually have to change what you're doing, you just have to change the thoughts. So that makes it even easier for you. Therefore, when you start saying things like, I love myself, I feel good about myself, I love who I am. For example, I would not switch for anyone. I would not want to switch lives with anyone. I am happy and blessed to be Max Hindle. Because if it doesn't currently work with your belief, your subconscious will just completely reject it. Therefore, you just saying, I love myself, when you don't love yourself, it's not just gonna suddenly be accepted. It has to happen over time. That's why people do affirmations, but better, you can do incantations, really expressing that I love myself. But not only that, you show yourself you love yourself by disciplining yourself, doing things that are good for you, feeding your body nutritious foods, exercising, getting yourself into shape, all these little things that help you with self-love, self-care, all that kind of stuff. That is helping with autosuggestion. You're doing what you say to yourself. But the best part about this is rejection is not a definite no. It's just a no until it turns into a yes. I love myself, no you don't. 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 I love myself, do you? 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 I love myself, can I? 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 I love myself, how can I love myself? How can I love myself? Oh my God, it's starting to change. Now, obviously it doesn't just take saying a few affirmations to yourself. There's steps, there's implementations that you need to put in a 3D reality in order to make it work as well. Saying I love myself won't necessarily change anything. Saying I love myself and doing something about it will change something. And I can guarantee you that. You've got my guarantee, my personal guarantee. I'd even write a signature on that. Because look, we all have the ability to use autosuggestion, yet most of us go through life without realizing it. As I said, affirmations mixed with emotion and faith, visualization, self-reflection are like planting strong oak tree seeds. And if we ignore them, nothing's gonna change. Yet if we water them, if we nourish them, if we nurture them, everything can change. For example, if you wanna make more money, have an idea. If you see my whiteboard, my goal is how can I hit 100K in revenue? I've literally put what can I do to hit 100K? I'm always asking myself that one question. How can I hit 100K? Who do I need to become to hit 100K? Because the questions you ask yourself are going to be the answers you give yourself. Asking myself all of this has actually brought in a new business partner, has helped me come up with even more creative ideas for content, all because I started asking different questions. It stopped me going down my old route and it's changed my complete direction of where I'm going. If you write it down somewhere, especially in your house, I see it on my whiteboard. I walk out my bedroom and I see it on my whiteboard. Financial goal, 100K. What can I do to hit 100K? What do I need to do? Who do I need to become to hit 100K? Asking myself this at least twice daily is going to help you massively. The more the merrier, honestly. The more you do it, the faster it's gonna come. That's just the science of it. And another great way is something what I call a virtual vision board. If you've never used one, never seen one, click this video up here and go and watch one. The second thing, which is amazing, which is fun, which I love doing generally every single night, which I took from Think and Grow Rich, is the imaginary council table. So if you want me to make the guided meditation, like I said, just comment down below, just put the word imaginary council table, and I will help you go through the process so I can guide you through. Like I said, I'll add the music to it, I'll make it more emotional, I'll make it more impactful so that you're really around this table with these amazing people. Now, the reason I love this so much is you start to get information, but not only that, you start to take on the traits of the people you admire. For example, around my imagination council table is, I can tell you exactly who it is. It is first Tony Robbins, then it is Nikola Tesla, then it is Joe Dispenza, then it is Milton Erickson, then it is Mr. Beast, then it is Aubrey Marcus, then it is Alex Hormozi. They're the people that are around my personal council table. Now, I recommend to choose between 5 and 7 people that are in the field that you admire, people that have traits that you want to take on. For example, oh, I also forgot Albert Einstein. So for example, I love Tony Robbins' mindset, I love his work, I love his business ethic, I love the way that he does stuff, I love his energy, I love his directness.
Maximize the psychology side, and that's why I'm sharing this with you, so you can increase both your leadership skill, but who do you have to lead first to be effective, my friends? Who? Yourself.
I love Nikola Tesla's creativity. I love his idea for inventions. I love Joe Dispenza's way of delivering things. I love his humility. I love the way he researches. I love the stuff behind him. I love his work. I love the way he helps people. I just love the way he does things.
Emotions are the end product of past experiences. So the moment they recall those memories of their problems, they all of a sudden feel unhappy, they feel sad, they feel pain. Now, how you think and how you feel creates your state of being.
Albert Einstein, I love his craziness, I love his genius, I love his ability to think outside the box, I love his idea of imagination, I just like how wacky and crazy he is. Milton Erickson, I love his idea for hypnosis, I love how professional he is. I love that he is the godfather of hypnosis, I love the way that he does things, I love the way he puts people into a trance just with speech and words, it's crazy. I love Mr. Beast's creativity, I love the way he does things. As you can tell, there's a common theme. I love the way these people do things. I'm very intrigued by their work. All these people, Mr. Beast, again, Aubrey Marcus, I love his spirituality, I love his business, I love the masculine and feminine mix. I love all that stuff from him. And Alex Hormozi, I just love the way he does business. I love the way he does not care. He turns up in, he like turns up in a podcast with an old hat on, with like a lumberjack jacket on. Like he just looks, I love the way he does it. He comes with so much humility, yet he's worth so much money.
Belief is that you should spend all of the money that you have to acquire skills until you can't spend money on acquiring skills anymore.
I love the way these people do everything they do. Therefore, I sit myself in these examples. So all you have to do is choose 5 to 7 people who inspire you massively in your life and have a daily meeting with them in your mind. That's why it's called the Imagination Council. If you just want music to this, I'm gonna put the link to my Spotify playlist where I listen to different piano music while I'm doing this as well. And I just have a conversation with them. That's all I do. I ask them questions. What would you do in this situation? And I get their answers and I get their opinions. But also from this, what you're doing is you're going to take on things that they do as a person. Now, you know these people because you're inspired by these people. Therefore, when you look to them and you ask for their advice, you know what they would reply with. For example, if I said to you right now, what would your mum say if you asked her this question? How would she articulate it? What words would she use? You know it because you know her. So only use people that you know well so that you can get the most articulate way of them replying to what you would ask. And then the third and final thing, which is incredibly important, is harnessing willpower and desire, and have the desire to be persistent. Use your willpower. How much do you really want something? Do you want it more than you want to party? Do you want it more than you want to see your friends? And are you willing to do this for the next 5, 7, even 10 years with no result? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. If the answer is no, then you don't want it enough. For example, right now it's 10:42 on a Saturday night here in Mexico. I've had people offer for me to go out, but I said I need to get some work done. I want it more than I want anything. Therefore, I'm willing to do what it takes. No one can tell me otherwise. I could say it, but not do it, but then I'm just lying to myself, because anyone else, it doesn't really matter what they hear. First, you need to be persistent where it's easy, in the mind, with auto-suggestion, with the imaginary council table. Use these first 2 things as the way to be persistent, because when you be persistent, you will start to encourage more persistence into your life. And the goal is to be doing this daily to the point where it's just who you are. I don't think about meditating. I get up, I meditate. It's just who I am. I don't think about going to the gym. I just know I'm going to go to the gym at some point in the day. And for example, I made a 30-day meditation challenge for anyone just to get into the habit of meditation, because our habits rule our life. Therefore, I made it simple, especially for beginners. Day number 1 is a 3-minute meditation. You have 3 minutes. We all have 3 minutes. 3 minutes to meditate. Day 2 is a 4-minute. Day 3 is a 5-minute, etc. Every day goes up by a minute. What you're doing is you're just showing up. And by day 30, you're able to sit in meditation for 30 minutes. Now, this doesn't mean you have to meditate every day for 30 minutes. I recommend you do this challenge to get to the point of doing a 30-minute meditation. Push yourself, stretch yourself, girl. Just like I stretch myself in yoga, just like these positions here. It's crazy how flexible you become when you put yourself in those disciplined states. I don't want to show up to yoga every single day, and I did show up to yoga every single day for 30 days. Now, once I did that, now I don't need to show up every day. I show up a few times a week, but I just pushed myself in the first 30 days to to get the ball rolling. And now I'm much more flexible, and I actually quite enjoy yoga. But also know that you don't need to start like a pro. Everyone that starts anything is an amateur. You would not berate a child that's just learning to talk saying, you should know better, you should know English better. No, because they're beginners, they're amateurs at English. I'm learning Spanish, I can have a basic conversation, but before it was no posible para mí. It wasn't possible for me because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't try to be a professional and walk. I knew that I was going to be bad. I knew that I wouldn't be able to do it right. Therefore, I just jumped into it. You're gonna be bad when you first start anything. Build the habit and build discipline. And just to recap the 3 things I want you to go over just so you know. The first one being auto-suggestion, writing down your goal and reading it aloud to yourself at least 2 times a day. That is the simplest way you can start. But like I said, you can also use things like the virtual vision board. Again, there's another one here. Then the imaginary council table. I personally do this one at night, and I ask these questions. And then the third one, using willpower and discipline to change your life. If this video has helped you, let me know by liking and subscribing. I'll see you in my new projects that are coming soon. The question is, would you like to know how to hypnotize people? That might be the project.